Number 3 is a Venn diagram question, so I've already drawn in the Venn diagram because you wouldn't want to sit here waiting for me to do this on here, trust me. Okay, it's all about a garage which tests cars for faults. It says there are 3 different types of fault: braking, steering and lighting. It says a car fails the test if it has one or more of these 3 types of fault. And we've got to use this information to fill in the Venn diagram. So I've got my Venn diagram ready. I've made sure that they're all overlapping one another and there's a section in the middle where all 3 circles are overlapping. And now I just need to label these up. So if I call this one the braking one, notice that they've used something with different letters, so we can just label these with their first letter, B, S and L. Braking, steering and lighting. Now, last week 11 cars had braking faults. Right, well that doesn't help us yet because that is talking about the whole circle at the moment. 9 cars had steering faults, so again that's in the whole circle. 7 cars had lighting faults, again doesn't help us. No car had both steering faults and lighting faults. Now that bit is quite useful because we know there are no cars in this bit. Nothing with steering and lighting at the same time. So that means there can't be anything in there because those cars would have had steering and lighting faults, and there also can't be anything there. So there's a 0 in both of those. And now it says 2 cars had both braking faults and steering faults. So braking faults and steering faults, well, that includes this section, but there's none in there. So these 2 must be in this section here. And finally, 3 cars had both braking faults and lighting faults. So that must go in there. Now we can go back to this other information and hopefully fill in the different sections. So if we know 11 cars had braking faults, well, if we count these 5 already that we know had braking faults, that means there must be 6 left that just had braking faults. That makes 11. 9 cars had steering faults. Well, we already know that 2 of them did, but they also had another fault, so that means 7 must have just had steering faults. And then 7 cars had lighting faults. Well, we know these 3 did, so that means there must be 4 which just had lighting faults. Okay. Now, normally in a Venn diagram, you also have a box around the outside for any other ones which aren't included in this. But as this question is all about cars which had faults, all of these cars had one fault or another. So we don't need that section. Okay.